Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about how to survive a losing streak in Forex. See, it's really fun and easy to talk about a winning strategy or the good times of trading, but really where the biggest lessons need to be learned and where the biggest breakthroughs happen in your results is talking about the uncomfortable, talking about losing, talking about drawdown. And so that's what I really want to focus on in this video, because I think it's going to be a very key factor in you becoming a successful trader overall. What do I consider a losing streak when you're talking about trading? For me, a losing streak really starts if you lose about 3 trades or more in a row. Even 3 in a row is really not that bad. I think once you start getting to 4 or 5, that's where you really seriously need to evaluate the source of what can be causing the losses. Now, I will say, and I've talked about in prior videos, you need to understand that with your edge or with your strategy in the market, you are going to incur normal losses. Now, a normal loss is simply where your edge or strategy just doesn't create a winning trade, and that's okay. What we cannot have are unforced errors, or you going against your strategy, or you revenge trading that is adding to a loss or a losing streak. So long as you are actually following all of your confirmations and you are trading your strategy to the T without an error, then you should be overall fine, even if you are, again, encountering a series of losing trades. Here are really the most important keys to surviving drawdown, getting out of a losing streak, really just pushing through that tough time. My first key to handling a losing streak, surviving drawdown, is going to be making sure that all of your losses are planned from a risk management percentage basis. So what does that mean? It means that you can lose multiple trades in a row, but just make sure that your losses are not scaling in size. Now, you may ask, why would that even happen? Well, a lot of people can look at something like revenge trading or getting undisciplined with actually calculating their lot size because they're mad that they've lost a trade or two. Those are the starting points. If you cannot control your risk to be the same every time you take the loss, for example, 1% of your account each loss, then you're going to be in an even tougher spot than somebody that is consistently keeping the same risk in the same losing streak. So let's say that you lose 3 trades in a row, minus 1%, minus 1%, minus 1%. Trader A, you're okay. Trader B can maybe lose 1%, then they lose 1.5%, and then they lose 2.5% on trade 3. That 3 trade losing streak is much worse than Trader A, because again, the risk was not consistent. It started actually scaling up in size, probably because you're trying to recover the drawdown on the very next trade. Now, what is the solution when it comes to risk management perspective? Something that I preach about all the time as far as my strategy edge, and what I think is one of the most important things in your trading plan, is going for higher risk to reward opportunities. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that you need to be gunning for 20-to-1 risk to rewards or even something like 10 or even 5-to-1s. If we can really just continuously secure even 2 to 3-to-1 risk to reward ratios on a consistent basis as far as our winning trades go, that is going to really eliminate the fear and a lot of the issues that you'll have when you do encounter a losing streak. And think about it. If you have 3 losses in a row, and again, they're all planned with the same loss of 1%, once you hit that winner of a 3-to-1 risk to reward, you have already cleared out those 3 losses and are no longer in drawdown, breaking even. So your psychology is going to remain much more intact. You're going to be able to weather that storm because you know that that next winning trade is going to help recover those losses. My second key, aside from keeping the same amount of risk per trade and allowing risk to reward to basically play its part in getting the account back up, is going to be making sure that your psychology is not making things worse. And what does that mean? Well, if you start entering a losing streak, you hit loss number 3 in a row, for example, you may be a trader that starts to doubt their strategy. Maybe you start to doubt whether you're even reading the market correctly or not. It could really be a couple of different factors, but the main thing is that you start feeling more emotional. You start feeling more pressure. You start feeling instead of actually planning the next proper trade. This all again comes back to the root of everything, which is, do you actually have a system that is back tested, proven, that you are following without fault? So I have, for example, my Liberty system, my Liberty strategy. I know exactly what I'm looking for to get in and out of trades. If I'm entering a losing streak using that strategy, I've already back tested scenarios where we lose 3, 4, 5. I've even had a time where I saw it lose 7 trades in a row. It didn't happen often, but it did happen in general at some point. And so you have to ask yourself, am I mentally prepared to actually encounter that and deal with it properly? Now, do I have to change anything? Do I have to shift something? Actually, the answer should be no. The answer should be in actually sticking to continuously trading the same way, because again, you've seen that that is a profitable edge or strategy in your approach that should recover in due time. So think about it like a professional basketball player missing 4 or 5 shots in a row, and they're like, you know what, I need to completely change my jump shot. I'm probably going to switch to my other hand to start shooting the ball. It seems crazy because you understand from afar how sports may work, right? But when it comes to trading, that's such a more intricate thing, very complex skill set that has a lot of ambiguity with knowing whether you're right or wrong sometimes, can lead you to making impulsive decisions out of emotion that really don't make any sense to a professional trader that has the experience to see it from that lens. The last key that I think is very simplistic, and whether you are a newer trader or an experienced trader, I think it is something that can assist you big time, is going to be just creating a hard set rule or set of rules for yourself when it comes to how many trades a day you're taking, a week, a month, etc. Really, I think the main ones that I would prioritize focus on is a daily and a weekly, right? So for example, on a daily basis, if I take a loss, I can take one more trade. But if I take 2 losses for the day, you need to stop trading. Now, you can see scenarios where if you would have taken trade number 3, you would have recovered your account. You probably would have even made profit for the day. And you'll, hang your head at night and be like, man, why didn't I just go for it? I knew it. You can have all these regrets and all these thoughts of what if, what if, what if. But I've just noticed from experience that a lot of times if I take 2 losses in a day and I try to go again for another trade, it usually doesn't end up good. It usually ends up just making the day worse than what it could have been. So the same way that we look at back testing our strategy, you have to be able to back test, forward test, really just pay attention to what happens if I do X. So if you have days, whether you're trading demo, trading a small account, learning your system, getting better at your system, whatever phase you're in when you're trading, if you take 2 trades in one day and they both lose, how do you feel going into the third trade? Are you really as clear minded? Are you mentally fatigued? Like, how do you feel and what is your state of mind? And compare it to coming into a fresh new day, coming off of a win, the trade before from the day before. I'm sorry, but your approach and your mindset is going to be much different. And so if I take 2 losses in a day, I'm going to hang it up. If I take 3 or 4 losses in a week, I'll probably be done for the week. Because again, the more that you try to force something, whether it's in trading or in life, it typically just puts you in a worse position. So create some rules based on your tolerance for risk, based on your trading plan, what you can handle and what you can actually perform well in your personal mindset and your personal approach for your trading. Again, some people, if you're risking a very small amount and you're scalping, you may take a bunch of trades a day compared to somebody who's swing trading, taking 1 or 2 trades a week. So everybody's plan, everybody's style is a little bit different. That's just my general rule of thumb for me being an intraday trader, where I know if, hey, look, I've struck out twice for the day, I'm not going to keep pushing it. It's just going to get me in worse problems. And so there will always be another trade to take, guys. There will always be another great win around the corner. You have to have that in your belief system. You have to understand that as you grow in experience as a trader, to not have that FOMO, to not feel that, this was that one trade or that one day that was going to get me to the next level. It doesn't work that way. Your success and your growth is going to come from winning the day, right? Keeping discipline, following your system, following your rules, and allowing the compound effect of those good habits to take place. So those are my main takeaways, my main keys for how you get out of a losing streak, handle a losing streak, really survive the drawdown until you get back on your winning ways. So if this video helped, please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, all of the above as we continue to grow this channel. Appreciate all the support so far. We are close to 100 subscribers, guys. So I'm super excited to hit that threshold and really start setting the new goal for the channel. But I couldn't be doing with anything, without each and every single one of you who have been a part of the original 100. So thank you guys for that. And I will see y'all on the next video.